Hi guys, happy Monday again. Today we are starting our EOG review, so we have officially learned everything that we have to learn in 5th grade math, and we are going to start today by reviewing some of the skills that we've already previously taught. Today we are going to start with reviewing order of operations, and there are two ways that you guys probably learned this. The first way that we could talk about order of operations is using the phrase PEMDAS. Okay, and of course it stands for Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally. And when we talk about PEMDAS, the P over here, as you can see I've written below it, stands for parentheses. The E right here stands for exponents, and we know that exponents look like this. So it's that little 2 right there above the 10, that's an exponent. We know that our M and our D, they stand for multiplication and division, and we know that it's whichever one comes first when you read it from left to right. So multiplication and division, and depending upon which one comes first in the problem when you're reading it is the one that you do. And last but not least, the A and the S stand for addition and subtraction. And again, it's whichever one comes first when you read the problem from left to right. So it looks like that. Now, below this is the way that I believe you guys learned it, the way that Miss King taught it, which is using something called gems. And when we think about gems, the G stands for grouping symbols. So we have our parentheses, braces, and brackets. The E is the exponent. So again, the little 2 above the 10, which 10 to the second power equals 100. The M is multiplication and division, whichever one comes first, again, when you read it from left to right. Subtraction and addition, again, whichever one comes first when you're reading it from left to right. So, if I were to have a problem that looks something like this. On this problem right here, we do not have any parentheses, we do not have any exponents, we do not have any multiplication, and we do not have any division. We only have addition and subtraction. Can anyone tell me what operation would come first in this problem? Addition or subtraction? What do you think? Alright, in this problem, addition does come first because that is the first operation that we see when I read it from left to right. So in this case, 4 plus 5 is 9, and then I subtract 3, which gives us the answer of 6 for this problem. Now, let's look at something a little bit harder. Alright, so this problem down here says parentheses 8 times 3, parentheses close, divided by 4 plus 13. So, using our gems or PEMDAS, can anybody tell me what operation comes first, or what do I do first? Alright, I heard somebody say parentheses, so you are correct. I'm going to work the parentheses out first, and I know that 8 times 3 equals 24. Now, what I always tell my students is that you always want to rewrite the problem afterwards, so that way you know what comes next. So I've done 8 times 3, and that's given me 24. Now my problem reads 24 divided by 4 plus 13. So what's going to come first, division or addition? Good, I heard somebody say addition, and you are correct. Division, and you are correct. So when I think about division, 24 divided by 4 is 6, and then I need to rewrite my problem, so plus 13. So the last bit of my problem is 6 plus 13, and I know that 6 plus 13 is 19. So the answer to my problem is 19. Now, we also talked about written expressions, and we are going to finish off today by talking about writing expressions. When we talk about writing expressions, oftentimes you see different problems that look kind of like this, and it wants you to write them out as an expression like we just solved over here. Sorry, that's upside down. Here. So we are going to practice doing that today on this sheet. So if you're looking here, number 1 says, find the sum of 6 and 4, then take away 2. So first off, I'm going to take my blue marker here and I'm going to box in my numbers. So my numbers are 6, 4, and 2. And with my orange one, I'm going to take and underline my operation words. So sum is an operation word, and take away. I know that sum is to add, and I know that take away is to minus. So now I need to decide kind of how I'm going to write it. Find the sum of 6 and 4. Well, I know I need to do that first, so I'm going to write that part first. And then take away 2. Well, take away is my subtraction, 2. So here's what my first problem looks like. 6 plus 4 minus 2. Could I add parentheses anywhere in this problem? Sure, I could put them around the 6 plus 4 because I know that's what my problem is telling me to do first. Find the sum of 6 and 4. Do I have to have them around 6 and 4? No, because I wrote them first in the equation. So I know automatically that by reading it from left to right, I would have to add 6 and 4 first. All right, number 2. Number 2 says find half of 5 less than 10. So again, blue marker, I'm going to box in my numbers. 1/2, 5, and 10. And my orange marker, I'm going to underline my words. So I've underlined of and less than. And of I know means to multiply. Less than again means to subtract. Find 1/2 of 5 less than 10. Well, in order to find 1/2 of, I have to subtract first. So 10 less than 5 times 1/2. But I have to look at this problem very carefully. If I were to solve this problem like this, I would have to do 5 times 1/2 first. Then I would subtract that from 10. But is that what it's asking me to do? No, it's asking me to find 1/2 of 5 less than 10. So that means that I have to add parentheses around 10 minus 5, and then I would multiply times 1/2. I could also keep this all the same and divide by 2 instead of timesing by 1/2 because it is the same thing. All right, number 3. Number 3 says divide 21 by the difference between 18 and 19. Well, same thing. I'm going to take my blue